Okay, I've got cast head here, and this is Paynes Gray, and I thinned it about 50% with some lacquer thinner. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna coat all right, we got a uniform coat of Paynes Gray, right? It's called antiquing. Anywhere you want a lighter color, don't paint blue. Blue's going to darken when you put red over it. You can use a rag too. Paper towels kind of get shredded when you do this. Got everything wiped down pretty good. See, is that pretty good in the frame? Mm-hmm. So that's a good base, right? We agree. Thing soft looking.
You go a little bit closer if you wanted to, just to show it. Yeah, there you go.
You can take, if you want to, I don't really want to go much darker with the blue on the face, but I may back up really far and see how I'm tinting that area. I'm just adding a little, you see how I add a little bit of that blue lightly? There's a layered effect. I've got the deep layer, and now I've got the lighter layer that goes over it, and it really makes a cool effect. It's very easy to do. If you want to light more off, you can.
It's good.
So pretty simple to this point. Next color, we can go to our red. This is gill red mixed with some bright yellow to make it a more fire engine red color, I call it. Gill red is really black looking, so I like it.
What ratio do you mix that up to?
I just tint it till I get it to where I like it.
Mixed with bright yellow.
Now we've got this rose. We'll have a little rose color going on here. You notice I'm not painting real close. This will make a purple. You can see the shades coming through, right? That's pretty difficult to do with a brown colored head or a freeze dry. I just love painting these. Cast heads. You can see the blue areas, how much darker it gets as we add the red, and I'm not putting it on in heavy coats. I'm just You see I'm 3 or 4 inches away from the head, right?
Mhm.
That looks soft, doesn't it?
That's crazy.
It doesn't look really hard, does it?
Dude, that is insane.
I'm making little circle motions. Top of the line Harbor Freight $19 hairbrushes. Now I can make the wattles more intense, but you see how the shade changes the mood of the head. Look at that fade go out into that snood. That looks soft, doesn't it?
It looks like if you touched it, squish.
That's what we want. We want a squishy snood.
Smooth.
I'm going to really back off here on this cheek and barely tint that. I really like the color that it is already, so I don't want to really mess that up. So now I've got to kind of get this in my lap. I don't know if we can readjust the camera angle, but I got to get this a little closer. But for the lesser caruncles, I'll just go over the light spots with red. And I may mix it up to where some of it's white, some of it's red. Fade it. Trying to do this kind of softly. You can come back with some orange, kind of blend that in and even get softer tone. You can get as detailed as you want. You can go really far down the rabbit hole with this stuff. But this is just a commercial application we're going to do. This is what. And see, I just keep darkening the areas that I want to darken, just depending on what mood or color that I want. All right, we're going to stop right there. That's what I've got so far. We can always come back and add more. This is just a good base color that we can play off of right now, okay? I can play with these. This is the fixative, workable fixative that we spray to start layering our pastel colors. So what I'll do is I'll kind of cover the eyes. I'll just up around the cheek. I'll just put a little bit on there just to give me something to for the paint grab to it. And we got a bunch of different colors. I'm just going to grab a few. I may mix these two blues together, blue and a purple. We're just going to add these little values. I don't coat the whole one area. You'll see me kind of jump around. You see how I'm doing that? If you paint everything that color, it seems to look painted. But if you jump, bounce around just a little bit, see how intense that color will get. You don't want it that intense. Yeah. take this Q-tip and I can kind of smudge that stuff. Throw that eye again and barely that area. Just a lot. Come in with a little white. Tone down some of the areas if they need it. And still tame that Paynes Gray down with that white in between those cracks. A little red. Work it in there and blend it. So you can tone it right down with the white. A little bit of white just going back in and kind of blending and taming down some of these pastels. In between, if you want to, there on the back with your white. What we're going to do, we're going to switch to Paynes Gray. We're going to go to blending brown. Now I'm going to come up here to my ears. Paint them. Paint the feathers with the blending brown. And then I'll do just a simple depth illusion here. We'll give it a lacquer thinner. I'll wipe those off a little. I'll come back again and just shade them. See, it kind of gives you the illusion of feather. Now, next thing we're going to do, we'll take this little brush, some lacquer thinner. We're going to get some lacquer thinner on the brush. We're going to go over here to our beak. We'll clean the beak. Okay, we got the beak kind of wiped off. Now we're going to take our blending brown. We're going to go back around the beak and we're going to paint it brown, just the whole thing. Want to get a coat, good coat on it. You don't want to get it on your finished part. Just getting around the lip in the corner of the mouth, as I call it. Up under the beak where that transition line is. Now we let the paintbrush do the work for us. Q-tip works good as well. It just sometimes you can't get as close as you need to, and you'll rub the paint off of your actual head. And you can see I kind of drag that paint across it, make it look a little dirty. Like that. Then I'm going to take some yellow ochre pastel, and this goes on. Watch this. From the nasal area. And I'm gonna grab some, probably some burnt umber, I think is what this is called. Gonna blend that into the yellow ochre. And back here on this side of the beak. I don't know what that is. It's raw umber. Yeah, like that. And then to add a little bit of life to it, I'll take a little bit of this darker permanent red shade's what it's called. And then about the middle of the bill there, I'll put just a hint of red. Just, I don't know if you've ever looked at your reference, you'll see it's kind of a lifelike appearance. Looks like blood flow into the beak. You just rub that in, blend it. You can do more or less. You can add more colors. You can use grays. We've got some grays out here. You can layer some grays out on it. You can go in with whites. And then same thing, just lightly fill that in. Everything will lock down. You need to darken it or it with your airbrush just a little bit with some more Paynes Gray, just to blend. See it in the screen. Now, question: how do we get the if it's not a glass eye? How do we get the residue off of it, the paint? And this cuts the lacquer, but it doesn't give you, if you hit the edge of those lids, it doesn't take the paint right off of it. I'm just kind of rubbing because this is an acrylic eye that I've got set in here. You see it come off the eye. You'll tend to want to put too much pan pastels on them the first few times. So the less is more effect. Even the less of the Paynes Gray is better sometimes. So you just kind of have to get used to it. But those eyes are clean. So let's ease over here and see how easy this head is to put on the actual turkey itself. This is where I've got the foam insert, or just the foam, and this is hollow, and I've already preset it on there, and it fits very nicely. Lots of good detail, not over painted, right? Just tinted. The accurate color, but you guys can see what we're talking about here.